What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update, and it is a very important week. In fact, today is the day that the new stimulus bill gets started on. It may actually be announced today. I'm going to give you the details of what we know about that so far. Also, we're going to talk about new executive orders coming. Yep, new executive orders coming. And also, I'm going to give you some more mortgage and rental relief programs that just might give you stimulus money. And I'm going to give you all that information in this video, so make sure to watch to the end so you don't miss out on important information. Don't forget to give this video a like down below. It really helps out our channel. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. You can click the bell icon if you want to get notifications when we go live. So poof, just like that, we have a new power couple in the United States that is going to decide your stimulus, your unemployment packages, unemployment bonuses, stimulus packages, mortgage and rental relief, student loan forgiveness, all of that. And guess who it is? Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden. Strange as this sounds, it's actually true. It's no longer the Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin show, as pretty much both of them have now lost their power. The reason for this is because Joe Biden will be taking the presidency on January 20th, short of President Donald Trump's lawsuits actually overturning something major, and with multiple states he would have to turn over. It does look like a long shot. I'm sorry to all my pro-Trump fans, but I would give you better news on that if I could, but it does look like a long shot at this point. So our new power couple is Mitch McConnell, who will be the #1 Republican in the country with the most power once President Donald Trump steps down, or if he steps down, if you're talking to a pro-Trump fan. Hey, I get it. I mean, I understand both sides, the Trumps and the Democrats. So, I mean, honestly, I kind of go both ways depending on the situations. So I can understand if your heart is with, a specific party. I get it. But at this point, we have to pretty much go with the most likely possibility. Now, here's the interesting thing is that Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell have decades of working together on a bipartisan basis, Democrat and Republican. They literally worked together for decades in the Senate and sealed hundreds of deals together. In fact, when Joe Biden's son died, Mitch McConnell was the only Republican to actually go to his funeral. One could almost say that they were friends, and with so much history between each other, they know exactly how to get deals done with each other. In fact, Mitch McConnell has said, quote, "Joe Biden doesn't waste time telling me I'm wrong. He gets down to brass tacks and keeps his eyes on the stakes." So apparently, Mitch McConnell, who's been known as a no BS guy in the Senate, is basically, we're either going to get things done, we're going to have bills, we're going to present them on the floor. Mitch McConnell is not known as the type of guy to negotiate for months and months and months. Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin. Oh, sorry, I had a hairball there. Oh, Nancy, it just whew. She really gets to you, Nancy. Now, assuming that Mitch McConnell can hold his lead in the Senate, it's currently 48-48, as they're still working on those last 4 votes, last 4 seats. If Mitch McConnell can pull out 51 votes in the Senate to have the majority, he'll still be Senate Majority Leader, most likely. So then he'll have to call on his friend Joe to get things done. Now, the vast majority of bills still have that filibuster rule, which needs 60 votes to pass the majority of things in the Senate. However, there is that reconciliation rule. As you can see here, a reconciliation rule is a legislative process in the U.S. Congress that expedites the passage of certain budgetary legislation in the U.S. Senate. Reconciliation bills can be passed on spending, aka stimulus, revenue, and federal debt limit, and the Senate can pass 1 bill per year affecting each subject. So they can use one bill per year on each one of those subjects to pass a bill with only 51 votes. And if the Democrats can get 50 votes in the Senate, remember it's currently 48 to 48 with 4 seats left. So if the Republicans don't take 3 out of those last 4 seats, it'll be a 50-50 tie, which the deciding vote always goes to the vice president, who will be Kamala Harris, which will give them 51 votes. Nancy Pelosi has already said that she wants to invoke, if this happens, the reconciliation rules to pass a massive stimulus package in January. Of course, they're working on a stimulus package right now today. Mitch McConnell is planning and working on a stimulus package right now to bring to the floor this week, possibly within the next 48 hours. And we're going to have big major news of what's in this: stimulus checks, unemployment money, so on and so forth. So I will be having all the details for you. But even Nancy Pelosi has said, that's Mitch McConnell working on that. Nancy Pelosi said she wants to pass a stimulus check now and then another one in January. And if she can't get the Republicans to go for it, she could pass this massive, massive stimulus bill with this reconciliation rule. But again, they can only use it once per year per subject. Now, we know this is possible because Nancy Pelosi has already said she wants to do it for 1, stimulus packages, and 2, Obamacare/Biden care to get some of that stuff pushed through, possibly without the Republicans. The one thing they won't be able to do is to push through higher taxes without Republican support, which will probably never happen. That's like the most anti-Republican thing you could ever imagine would be higher taxes. That's like if you're a Republican, you're just against anything higher taxes, just an instant no. I don't think they'll be negotiating on that. So the question is, can Mitch McConnell and Joe Biden get it done? Well, they've been doing it for decades already. And one could say, again, we don't really personally know their personal relationship, but we do know what we see in the public. One could actually consider them friends, even though they're from different parties, which is pretty rare to say that you're friends with somebody from another party. But when you work together for decades, literally decades, that is a possibility that can happen between people. Now, Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell have said that when they get back, which is today for Mitch McConnell and pretty much also for Joe Biden, even though he's not in office, he's actually been being briefed from the Democratic team for months now. Okay, they've been preparing for this for months. They have both said that their number one priority is to pass more stimulus because it's been delayed for so long that we're well overdue for it. And with new virus cases hitting all-time highs, well, it's not going to be getting better anytime soon. However, don't make any mistakes. Mitch McConnell is still a Republican and Joe Biden is still a Democrat. With that being said, Joe Biden plans to pass several executive orders his first week in presidency, which is obvious. Honestly, it's kind of pretty common because as soon as a new president gets in there, especially when they're taking over from, the opponent's term, he taking over from the Republicans, the first thing they do is they pass a bunch of presidential executive orders. And Joe Biden will probably be no different. As you can see here, so if you're a pro-Trump fan, you don't think I'm making this stuff up. Again, I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not pro-Biden. I really try to see things down the middle and then go one side or the other depending on the situation. But Joe Biden plans to swiftly reverse Trump's withdrawal from the WHO, the World Health Organization. Joe Biden also plans to immediately rejoin the Paris Climate Accords and seeks to push other countries into lowering their emissions also. Remember, typically Trump was all business, less regulations, less taxes, just full steam ahead business. Joe Biden and the Democrats are more kind of like, for the environment, somewhat more regulations. Businesses and wealthy should pay more taxes. It's typically what Joe Biden and the Democrats want. Two very, very different points of view. And honestly, there's not much me or you can do about it. So don't get too upset about it. Honestly, it probably won't affect your life that much. Now, there's multiple different kinds of executive orders that Joe Biden could pass if he can't get Republican support. Now, obviously, we know there is going to be bills passed. I mean, they passed 4 stimulus bills already, and that's just on stimulus. It's not like it's actually more common to have a divided Congress, one Democrat, one Republican, than to have a clean sweep of everything. Okay. So things get passed all the time, bipartisan support. A lot of times there's negotiations. Again, they've passed 4 stimulus bills. It's just that this 5th bill has kind of been delayed because of the election. And, we didn't want checks to go out with somebody's name on it. Okay. But regardless of that, there will be probably hundreds of bills over the next 4 years that get passed through the Senate and the House. And they work together. Okay. And what they can't get passed, oftentimes the president steps in and does executive orders. In fact, as you can see on the screen here, the list of top presidents for executive orders, Donald Trump has already passed 193 executive orders in one term. Barack Obama did 276 in 2 terms, George W. Bush 291, and Bill Clinton 364. So honestly, 200 executive orders in 4 years is about 1 per week. So they're doing it all the time. Now, remember when President Donald Trump passed that executive order to have more money for unemployment, okay, unemployment bonuses, and that went on for about 6 weeks through most states. It did $300 to $400 per week. We could see that happen again with Joe Biden as the new presidency. I honestly, to this day, am still completely flabbergasted that Trump did not pass a stimulus check through executive order to this day. I honestly still, at this point, can't imagine why he did it. I can think why he didn't do it. I can think, his lawyers probably told him that he can't do it. Okay. But honestly, everybody was saying that about the unemployment executive order, and he did that anyways. Now, obviously, that unemployment order gained him some votes. Anybody who got that was probably very thankful from President Donald Trump. And the Democrats were saying he couldn't do it, and he did it anyways. I still, to this day, cannot fathom why he didn't do it, because even if it was a gray area, well, oh, you can't do it, or maybe you can, or there's a small chance you can, he could have just signed the executive order anyways. It's not like there's a police officer there preventing him from signing it. He can sign it, boom, show it to the media, and then be like, hey, I just passed a presidential executive order for stimulus checks right before the election. They're going out in the next couple of days. The only thing that could have happened is the Democrats could have challenged it. They didn't challenge the unemployment one. Why he didn't do it, I don't know. I personally think it was a huge mistake. I think that could have been just enough to swing the election for him and maybe win him a few more of those key critical states that he lost by the slimmest of margins. Well, I guess we'll never know. Question is, could Joe Biden pass presidential executive orders for unemployment? We know for sure they could do it for unemployment because Trump has already done it. Okay, he didn't do it for the stimulus check, which I'm still confused by. But could it happen in the future with Joe Biden for either stimulus checks or unemployment? Because again, they're going to be passing a lot of presidential executive orders when they do come into office. So don't forget to like and share this video if you can, so others can find out about this message and learn about our channel, how we're just helping people. Again, we're going through every day, and we're going through other state and local stimulus plans also while we're waiting on the federal one. I will have another one for you guys today, so make sure to stay tuned so you don't miss out on the upcoming information. You can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check videos next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.